I'm Gary Stoudt from the Mathematics Department. I teach 2 of the writing intensive courses in the Math Department. I think it's important to have writing across the curriculum, even in something like mathematics, which people wouldn't necessarily think mathematics and writing go together. Because just like any other student, our students need to be able to write and communicate well. In my own personal writing, I write papers where I have to convince the reader of the truth of a theorem. I write expository papers where I give summaries of a topic in mathematics or the history of a topic of mathematics. So I believe that students will need to write in both a mathematical way and in general, no matter what career they're going to find themselves in. And I'm looking for style. I'd like the students to develop a style. I don't like when students write papers that seem forced. I prefer reading things that have a nice flow, a more conversational style. So that's what I'm looking for in student writing. One of the other things that I think our students need to do, especially because one of our writing intensive courses is Introduction to Mathematical Proof, is learn the type of writing that is prevalent in our discipline. And that type of writing is writing a mathematical proof. So in a mathematical proof, you have to show something is logically correct and sound, but you also have to have a style to be able to convince the reader that what you're saying is true, and the proof should have a nice flow to it. There are a lot of idiosyncrasies to mathematical writing, and I try to show our students those things as they're going along. I don't necessarily grade them for those idiosyncrasies, but I will point them out in their writing so that in future writing they can fix those things and develop their own style. I think it's important for students to understand the norms of mathematics writing, because generally their career will involve mathematics in some way. Even if it is as a manager in a company, they might not actually do mathematics, but they might be on a managerial track. They'll have to write to their boss, and as a mathematics major, we would hope that they would write logically and correctly. In my courses, I use writing for a few reasons. One reason is to actually have the students formulate an idea, so it's the whole writing to learn idea, where students will learn better if they are formulating something in their own words and trying to explain it to someone else. How do my students feel about writing? Well, in a mathematics class, the first thing you typically hear from students is, "Oh, this is a math class, why do I have to write?" Or, I went into math so I wouldn't have to write. I'm not an English major. So you get those usual comments at the beginning, but hopefully I can explain to them why writing is important, especially when they get to the proof class, where writing is about proofs is pretty much all we do. Mathematicians prove theorems. They take coffee as input and they have theorems as output. So that's what mathematicians do. So once I can convince them that yes, they will have to write, and once the grumbling is over, at the end of the semester they are generally happy with the results and happy that they have something that they can say, yes, I wrote this.